I've had my little Honda Jazz now for 2 months and it's been looking like a little grandma spec car for too long. We've already done a few little basic mods, but today the big ones get underway. In this video, we're going to be installing some brand new raised wheels and also getting some coilovers fitted up by the team at Shockworks. So come along with us as we turn this Jazz from a grandma car into something that I can actually take to the track. My name's Pat, welcome back to 2PJZ, and this is a series where I build the ultimate sub 10K daily. Let's get stuck in. So this is finally it. It's time to do the first real mods on the Jazz, and we're getting started with the stuff that's going to change how it looks and how it drives. New wheels, new tyres, and a full custom suspension setup. I've got the wheels here, and you might notice that these are still in the box, which is super exciting for me because out of all the 27 cars I've owned so far, this is actually my first ever brand new set of wheels. I've picked up some rays. You might be eagle-eyed enough to see exactly what we've got, but these were in the right spec, the right stud pattern, the exact wheels I want in a discontinued color, and I picked these up from MK Motorsports and KA Autosports, so shout out to the team. I can't believe I've never had a new set of wheels before, and the first thing to do when you buy a new set of wheels, in my opinion, is you should get them protected and coated. So we've come down here today to Benzina Stables at Preston, which while they're brand new, it's pretty silly not to do this in my opinion. So let's get them coated. We'll introduce Marco, but first I think we should unbox them. Damn, that's hot. So if you guys are big car nerds like me, these are Ray's Gramlights 57 DRs. You can see on the box here all the specs on them and the color. I think these are called the GT Silver color. All right, we've got Marco from Ceramic X here who's going to be coating the wheels today. You're going to be seeing a lot more of Marco on the channel with some future projects. And I wanted to ask him from a professional's perspective why people should actually bring their wheels in to get coated.
So with wheels, it takes the hardest hit on brake dust, contaminants, because it gets the most abuse while you're driving. Always recommend doing inner barrels, easier to clean as well, and plus your faces.
And what products are we using?
We're using Labor HPC Pro, one of the best products I think is on the market at the moment.
Now that we've finished up with Marco, the wheels are coated, curing, and they're ready to rock. The next stop is getting some rubber on them. We've come down to Tyre Plus in Wantirna. This is a store where I get all of my tyres fitted for my various cars. So we're going to put the tyres on the wheels now. And if you're looking to get any tyres done to your car, you can head down. You can say hi to Jess, who's in there. Make sure you let them know that I sent you, and they'll look after you if you are Melbourne based. Alrighty, just went for a coffee and now we've come back. So the tyres are fitted and this is what we've got. So if you haven't been following the short form channels or seen much of the long form, I'm a Michelin ambassador. So we've got some Michelin tyres for the Jazz, which is probably one of a few Jazzes to be running on Michelins. These are some Pilot Sport 3s, which will be good all-weather tyres. You know, I can take these things to the hills, on the track, do all my daily duties, and these will last a fair while. That looks unbelievably tough. So tyres have been loaded back in the car. Massive shout out to Jess and the team at Tyre Plus Wantirna. Again, make sure you head down here if you need to get some tyres sorted for your car. They'll look after you if you let them know I sent you. Let's get on with it. Good morning, it's time. It is finally time to have the Jazz ready to rock and roll with suspension. Oh man, I can't wait. This is so exciting. Shockworks are a local suspension shop here in the hills of Victoria. They're not too far out of Melbourne. It's about a 40-minute drive from me from home. And they set full custom suspension for pretty much anything. It could be a drift car, a race car, your street car like my Jazz, all the way up to no prep cars, drag cars, and pretty much every discipline of motorsport. Chris, Tim, and the team have done it. I figured this was a pretty cool opportunity, and it does feel quite ironic that the Jazz will have better suspension than the M3, but it's not every day you get to do this on your own car. And I've totally fallen in love with the Jazz, so I figured why not. So we made it down here. The car's on the hoist, which is pretty cool. I've watched many a video of cars at Shockworks here, so it's pretty wild to have my own car here, and let alone not even my performance car necessarily, my M3, but the bloody Jazz is here, which is crazy. So the first thing we've done now is looked around the car and we've sort of measured it up, and we've gone with the ruler. We've seen where the travel is in the stock suspension and where we project the travel to be in the new suspension, and how much space we sort of want to leave, which is pretty cool because it's not very often you get to come and dial up your own suspension for a car. The original suspension is now out, that's down there and over there, and the next step now is to actually go and start building the shocks. But Tim just before was trying to measure up this new rear damper, because you can see on the original ones it's quite a bit wider, this new one, because usually if they do have Jazz stock in, it's this thin, whereas this is much thicker because I don't have these Jazz kits in at the minute. So we're just going to see if we can mock up a shock to actually fit back there, because we need to make sure it's going to clear the new wheels, but also that it will clear the old wheels if we can't get the new wheels to work right now. So that's the next step that we're going to do. I'm going to build out the shocks, and hopefully we'll get Tim to explain to us what actually goes into making it all happen.
You know, if we can get, I'm not a Jazz expert, but I would assume if you're doing sort of some track stuff, I think 2.5 degrees would be like a nice starting point.
Essentially it's enough to just give it a nice stance, but to also be performance-based as well.
Performance, and then clear the tyre.
Yeah.
And then, maybe have a look at what it does when it starts getting low, because I think that these actually gain...
stick out a bit,
These gain positive camber once they get into the travel. Like, there's so many variations in how we can, you know, manipulate the valving to make it do what we want to do. We can do steps of like 0.05 of a millimeter. So go from 0.2 of a mil to 0.25 of a mil.
Bloody hell.
And that's a huge change in the car.
Really?
So we can change a disc by 0.05 of a mil.
Yeah, right. And then these go into the shock there.
Yeah, we'll throw a bump stop on this. Still got a 47mm bumper. How's this? That's it. So now we can stroke this. You can see even the mounts, everything's tigged.
Yeah.
It's like, it's quite nice.
It's beautiful.
Where we use, that's like a 5 or 6 mil steel for the sway bar.
Wow.
So that's not going to bend.
That's not going anywhere. All right, so we're making some good progress. We've got the rear spring in the car, and currently the rear shockers, or dampers I should say, are just being made up, and the front shocks are being married up to the new strut mounts to make sure it all fits in. All right, so all 4 sides are in now. We can't leave the new wheels on the back just yet because I haven't got my guards rolled, and I'll try and show you. It will require a bit of rolling back here because this is still pretty firm up, and then up here in this bumper clip there's a little clip that sticks out, and it's like got a big triangular edge on that, so I need to shave that down and get the guards rolled before those tuck in. So if you're looking at the screen and you think that you've played a few years of Gran Turismo, you think you know how to set up a car in the game, you might be seeing that number and this number over here looks quite different, but there isn't too much we can do about that because this car is essentially a shopping trolley in the back.
Because, you know, less towing on that side means it's going to turn the car to the right, which is the natural curve of the road. So that's going to be fine. Yeah. It's going to be negligible in this car.
Yeah. There's 24 different settings of dampening, 12 up and 12 down, and with a 6 out of 12, it already feels like a completely different car. This one did have like 300,000 Ks on it though. Wow. I'm not used to do that, I feel like it's going to tip over. I'm really grateful to the Shockworks team for fitting me in. They have a huge amount of work at the moment preparing for World Time Attack and heaps of other customer builds to learn so much about how suspension actually works, and it's not just because you want your wheels to look cool. It was a super awesome experience for me and something that I feel very grateful for. My new wheels are a 15x8 plus 35 rolling on a Michelin Pilot Sport 3 and a 195/50/15. And this means they're an inch wider than the stock ones, which means that the rears would have rubbed up not just on the guard lip, but on that really pesky little metal clip, which we found out rolling the guards with Pete is the only thing that actually holds the bumper on. This was something that Sam and I were thinking of doing ourselves, but I didn't particularly want my rear guards to look like a crinkle cut bag of chips. So we decided to get Pete down, and it was sorted within the hour. So it's finally time. The part of the video you've all been waiting for and that I've been waiting for too. It's time to finally put the new wheels on the car. So this has been a big week getting this car ready. The reason why I tried to get everything smashed out this week, which is a very, very busy week because we've got stage driven launch next week, was because I wanted to have this ready for our Cars and Coffee, which is on Sunday. We usually run these quarterly events. Nobody's seen this car since I first started posting about it about a month or so ago when I actually bought it. And I can't wait to show it to everyone. It's going to be so cool. And seeing this little thing on our Maha hoist is a pretty cool moment. Like, I've worked on a lot of cars over the years in my driveway, particularly this time of year in Melbourne when it's cold as hell and rainy. So I feel very lucky to be inside. Well, I mean, it's still very cold, but feel lucky to be inside and out of the elements while we do this. So this will be the last time, unless we decide to go full sleeper mode one day, where you'll see the stock wheels on the Jazz, hopefully. So Sam, you've seen him on many of the videos now. Sam's usually behind the camera. All of the features that you've seen on my YouTube, be it the BMW 50 Years of the 3 Series film, the Targa film, all of the 10K Heroes episodes and much more, Sam is the creative vision behind all of that stuff, of making that look really good, making me make sense. Then we've got Noah editing these videos right now. So it's a cool little team that we're building here. And I wanted to also say that for the first time, no one has even heard this before, Sam's going to be on the channel a lot more. Sam's my business partner here at the box. We run this place together. He's also officially a part of Stay Driven now, which is really exciting. And we thought, why not actually just loop him into everything that we do together, which involves being part of YouTube as well. So in the future, it won't just be me on the videos. Sam will be in the videos too, and he'll also be making his own videos for the channel, which is really, really exciting. And sometimes things where I won't be featuring. So no one's heard this before, but you have.
I'm officially a character in the
2PJZ world. Yeah, so with that announcement underway, let's get into it. Wheels off. So the next step now is to put on the new hub-centric rings. These are a Motegi and MK Motorsports collab, which is cool. So MK Motorsports is where we got the wheels from, and I think the stock width on the center here on the hub of a Jazz is about, I want to say 64 mil, and then the wheels is, I think, a 70 mil. If you run wheels without hub-centric rings, it can create a lot of vibrations because the only thing centering the wheel on the hub are the tightness of the nuts. I have not seen this car on the ground yet. We test fitted 2 of the wheels at Shockworks a couple days ago, but the car was still sort of in the air a little bit because we weren't sure if it was going to clear. That was more so just to test the rears, which we confirmed it wouldn't fit, which is why I got the guards rolled. This is my first time seeing the Jazz with the new wheels on the floor. I seriously haven't seen this in the light properly. Oh, fuck, that looks mad. This is stage 1 of the Jazz build complete, and I'm absolutely stoked with how it looks. I really lucked out on finding these wheels considering they're discontinued, and I think the ride height is perfect for daily use. I still have a bit of adjustability if I want to take it to the track, and of course with the suspension package I can just crank it up or down depending on my use. And I'd love to know from you, whether you've made it down to the Cars and Coffee or if you're watching from overseas or interstate, what you think I should do next for the Jazz. I've got plenty of parts coming from 3 separate shipping containers back from Japan, including a couple of things I bought when I was there. And there's heaps of videos to come on not just fitting the mods, but also when I was finding them in Japan. Many people went into making this week happen, so I want to say thank you to Mickey at MK Motorsports for the wheels, Michelin for the tyres, Marco and the team at Ceramic X, Jess and everyone at Tyre Plus Wantirna, and of course Tim and Chris at Shockworks, and Pete from Phat guard rolling. The crazy thing is that every single one of them treated this little budget Honda Jazz like it deserved the same love as a supercar, and that's exactly the point of this build. It doesn't matter what you drive, if you love the car then other people will too. So now that stage 1 is done, we'll see you on the next one.